Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And those of you that are new, welcome. Today we are going to be making cornbread, but I'm going to be making it in the way that I like. I like to make it more like a little bit more like a cake consistency. So I like it to be fluffy like a cake and not too sweet, and a little bit of a savory too, but not too savory. So more like a cake consistency. So it's like a cake like cornbread. And we've got all the ingredients we need here. We've got some flour in here. You know what? Let me get I want to sift a little bit of the ingredients, which I almost forgot. All right, so I'm gonna sift them a little bit in here. So we've got some of the flour. We've got a half a cup of flour, a cup of cornmeal, a half of cup of cake mix. This is box cake mix. And I just use the stone ground yellow cornmeal. And this is a fine ground. You can use a coarser one if you like, but I like the finer one because again, I'm trying to make it like a cake. Okay, so let's just, and also I've got the, I want to put this in here together with this. 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Okay, so we're going to sift this in here. Woo! And it's going all up in the air everywhere. Whoa. Woo. Okay, I really don't need this. I don't want to sneeze and I don't want to inhale this. All right, so if you're gonna do this, just be careful. Okay, and I'm glad I did that because there's some little hard bits in here. So I'm glad I did that. Okay, so now, okay, that's how that looks. Then we're gonna add, we've got 2 eggs. I'm gonna beat them a little bit. These are 2 medium eggs. Okay, so that's gonna go in there. Okay, let me just wipe my hands real quick. And we've got 3 tablespoons of salted butter and 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm not going to be adding additional salt. This recipe calls for salt, but since the salt is in the butter, I'm not going to bother to add additional. But you can if you want a more savory cornbread. That's up to you. Let me just make sure you guys are in frame. All right. Okay, so that's what that looks like so far. Okay, then we've got a 1/3 cup of sugar. Okay, I'm gonna add that much because I really don't want this to be too sweet. Okay, then we've got 3/4 cup of, this is oat milk because I didn't have any whole milk. So that's what I'm going to be using. I might need to add a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to whisk this together. And the batter, you're looking for a cake-like batter. Not so much of a cornbread batter. Cornbread batter is drier and a little bit thicker. Oh, this is smelling really good. All right. Just want to smell it. Now, this is, okay, the consistency that we have, but it's more like a cornbread batter to me. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk. Okay, let's say maybe cup more. Let's see what that does. Okay, let's add a little bit first. Now, I like to have my cornbread for breakfast with a cup of coffee. That's how I like my cornbread, and sometimes I like to snack on it or have it maybe for dessert. Because like I said, I like it to be like a cake, which is what I'm looking for. Okay. Yep, that's more of the consistency that I'm looking for. Okay. So I may have put in a little bit too much. You know what? And I want to taste it. I just want to see if it's good in sugar. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. That's going to go in a pan. Okay, I just want to see where we're at here. So I've got a pan here. And this pan, what I did was I buttered it first. And then I took some of the cake flour. And I covered the butter. Okay, and I tapped out the excess, and that'll keep the cornbread from sticking to the foil. Okay, and I'm gonna add another one in the bottom just for support. Okay, do that. And pour it in here, and just like a cake. Okay, we're gonna bake this at 350 degrees. For almost half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, just like a regular cake. Okay. And we'll come back and see how that goes. Okay guys, so our cornbread is ready. And what I did was I took some butter and I went over the top of the cornbread. Okay, it smells very good. I tested it, it's cooked all the way through. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a piece, and it's a little bit lighter in color than what I thought it would be, but that's fine. I'm just going to cut a piece just to see. Okay. What it looks like, and that's what it looks like right there. Okay, nice and soft. All right, and I'm going to taste a piece. Well, let's taste this piece that came off over here. It'll be easier like that when I do my thumbnail. I can take a better picture. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, let me see. Make sure you guys can see. Okay, that's what it looks like. All right. I'm gonna taste it. Okay. It could use a little bit more sugar. Okay, maybe a little bit less egg. But overall, it's a consistency that I like. Okay. Maybe I can also use, instead of using a half a cup of flour, just use a whole cup of cake mix. But otherwise it's fine. And half a cup of cornmeal and half a cup of flour. That's what I'm going to use next time. Okay. Because right now it tastes more like cornmeal, cornbread, but I like it to taste a little bit more like cake. But you know, guys, I encourage you to make this. Make it the way that you want to make it. If you want to make all cornmeal, it's fine. Make it the way you want to make it more like cake. Use some cake flour like I did. Some cake mix from a box like I did. I did half and half. But next time, if I make this again, I'm going to make it half on a cup of cornmeal and a cup of cake mix. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. See you next time.